Hello and welcome to Pace Hospital's podcast. Today, we are exploring an important health topic that affects many people worldwide, that is, rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is far more than just joint pain. It is a chronic autoimmune condition that can impact daily life, mobility, and overall well being. To guide us through this essential discussion, we are joined by Dr. Shweta Bharadwaj, consultant rheumatologist at Pace Hospitals, Hyderabad, with extensive expertise in autoimmune and inflammatory joint disorders. Dr. Shweta brings deep clinical insight into what causes it, warning symptoms, diagnosing rheumatoid arthritis early, managing flare ups, and providing the right treatment strategies to help patients lead healthier, more active lives. Whether you are a patient, caregiver, or simply someone looking to understand rheumatoid arthritis better, this conversation aims to offer clarity, support, and guidance. Dr. Shweta Bharadwaj, thank you for joining us today at Pace Hospital's High Tech City. Let's start by understanding what is rheumatoid arthritis.
Imagine yourself waking up every day with pain and stiffness in joints, small joints of the hand, so much so that you have difficulty in holding a cup of tea. So, this can be early signs of rheumatoid arthritis. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shweta Bharadwaj, consultant immunologist and rheumatologist at Pace Hospital, High Tech City, Hyderabad. Rheumatoid arthritis is one of the commonest arthritis, inflammatory arthritis. It is a chronic systemic autoimmune disease in which there is symmetrical involvement of small and large joints of hands and feet, which if not controlled can lead to other extra-articular manifestations, means beyond the joints, means that can affect the eyes, that can affect the lungs, that can lead to anemia, can cause bone deformity and bone weakness.
So doctor, how is rheumatoid arthritis is different from osteoarthritis?
So rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis are different entity. Normally people think that if a patient is having a joint pain, it is a part of age. But this is not the reality. Rheumatoid arthritis is a joint disease in which early age group, means it can start at the 20 to 50 years of age group, with the small joint symmetrical polyarthritis with more early morning stiffness, and osteoarthritis is a age-related degenerative disease which is because of the degenerative cartilage wear and tear. It mostly affects the knee, ankle, and later on can affect the shoulder joints.
Dr. Shweta, what are the causes of rheumatoid arthritis?
So rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease in which 60% it is genetic predisposition. Then there are some other causes like environmental pollutants, silica, and dust exposure is there. Obesity, there are more common in females as compared to the male. In male, if it is there, it is more severe. And what causes in this autoimmune disease, there is a formation of autoantibodies that start affecting the lining of the joint. Lining of the joint that we called as synovium. So that synovium is affected, and later on, if not halted, then can progress to joint erosion and joint destruction, and later on can lead to joint deformity.
Can you explain signs and symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis?
So early signs and symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis, it is the pain and swelling in the small joints of hands and feet. In small joints of hand, there is involvement in the MCP, PIP, wrist. Later on can have pain and swelling in the knee, ankle, shoulder. Even the TMT joint patient might complain of having pain during chewing. So it can also have constitutional symptoms like patient will have fever, fatigue, weight loss, and excessive body pains, and later on patient might develop visible swelling, hot and warmth in the joints early morning, and as the day progresses they feel better.
So doctor, who is most at risk for developing rheumatoid arthritis?
As I told, there is 60% it is heritable disease. So if any family member is having a history of rheumatoid arthritis, you getting rheumatoid arthritis is 2 to 3 times higher risk. Second is females. If we compare to males, females are likely to get affected with rheumatoid arthritis 3 times more. Then if you have history of any addictions like smoking, obesity, increase any comorbidity, so all these patients are having greater predisposition of rheumatoid arthritis.
Dr. Shweta, how is rheumatoid arthritis diagnosed? Are there specific tests?
Rheumatoid arthritis is a clinical diagnosis, and the other investigations are a supportive evidence to confirm the diagnosis. There are serological evidence like rheumatoid factor and anti-citrullinated antibodies. So rheumatoid factor, it is a antibody that is produced by our immune system, and that can start affecting the joints capsule and later on can lead to bone destruction. So rheumatoid factor is positive in almost 70 to 80% of rheumatoid arthritis patient, and it is higher the rheumatoid factor titer, the higher likelihood of getting a severe disease and more extra-articular manifestation. Then is anti-citrullinated antibodies. This is more specific for rheumatoid arthritis. It is seen positive in 60 to 70% of the patients with rheumatoid arthritis. But in 20 to 30% patients of rheumatoid arthritis, rheumatoid factor and anti-CCP antibodies can be negative also. At that time, we combine together the clinical symptoms and other inflammatory markers like CRP and ESR, or ultra imaging modality. Imaging modality means X-ray. In X-ray you will get your signs of joint damage in later stages, like there will be joint erosion, there will be reduction in the joint space, periarticular osteopenia will be there. In ultrasound, you can get early changes, you can get synovitis in the joint, and these all combination of clinical, serological, inflammatory markers and imaging then can form a diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis. There is no specific test for rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid factor and anti-CCP are the supportive evidence for rheumatoid arthritis. So one thing I want to make it clear, if you get rheumatoid factor and anti-CCP positive once, then you don't have to repeat it every now and then. If it is positive once, means it is positive, unless you have strong doubt related to the lab which has done it.
Could you explain why is it important to diagnose rheumatoid arthritis early?
So any disease, or specifically any autoimmune disease, if diagnosed early, you can start the treatment early so that you can prevent the person from getting joint damage, other effect of that autoimmune disease in other organ system. As I told, there are many extra articular manifestation of rheumatoid arthritis, as it can affect the eyes in the form of dry eyes and dry mouth. In lungs, it can cause pleuritis, ILD. In heart also, it can cause increased risk of cardiovascular if not controlled, or pericarditis, and it can lead to anemia if it is not controlled. So early treatment can prevent the patient from having long-term damage related to that disease.
So doctor, what are the treatments available for rheumatoid arthritis?
As the good news is, with time, with a better understanding of the pathophysiology of rheumatoid arthritis, now we have many specific treatment that can halt the disease or prevent the progression of the disease at an early stage, and you can lead as a normal healthy individual if you continue the treatment under supervision. So there are many therapies. Initially, if we divide the management, there is initial symptomatic treatment. Symptomatic treatment, like the first time the patients come to me with a joint pain and swelling, for that period we give some painkillers, NSAIDs or glucocorticoids for a short duration. Glucocorticoids are given as a bridging therapy because the main drug, that is DMARDs, that we call DMARD, disease modifying agents, so that take time to act. It can take for almost 4 to 6 weeks for these drugs to start act. Till that period, we give painkillers and steroid to that patients. So later on, we can start with DMARDs. There are different forms of DMARDs. There is conventional DMARD. Conventional DMARD, it includes methotrexate, leflunomide. Then there is biologic DMARDs. In biologic DMARDs, there is an injectable and anti-TNF. Anti-TNF, for the namesake, infliximab is there, adalimumab is there. Then there are JAK inhibitors. JAK inhibitors like upadacitinib and tofacitinib is there. So these are depending on the severity of the disease and how the patient is responding at the various stage of the disease, we start these therapies.
Can you explain, is rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease? What does that mean?
Yes, RA is an autoimmune disease. It is because of the dysregulation of our immune system, in which the antibodies, specific antibodies are formed that specifically attack the joint capsule that we call it as synovium. So synovium lining is being attacked by the specific antibodies that are being produced by this autoimmune disease.
Dr. Shweta, does rheumatoid arthritis run in families?
Rheumatoid arthritis, there are many predisposing factors for rheumatoid arthritis. In 60%, there is heritability. Genetic heritability is there. So there is 2 to 3-fold increase of you getting rheumatoid arthritis if you have a family history or any siblings or parents or grandparents with a history of rheumatoid arthritis.
So, doctor, does rheumatoid arthritis only affect the joints or other organs too?
Rheumatoid arthritis per se mostly starts with small joints of the hand. Small joints of the hand like MCP, PIP, wrist joint, and if not controlled, it can affect the other organs of the body that we call as extra-articular manifestation of rheumatoid arthritis. So that is seen in almost in a 40% patients. So it can affect, if I go from head to toe, it can affect the eyes. In the eyes, patient can have dryness of eyes that we call sicca, or there can be redness of the eyes, there can be blurring of the vision. If not controlled, then the redness of eyes, there can be rupture of the sclera, that is scleritis or scleromalacia. Then if patient can get, there is recurrent parotid swelling. There the parotid and submandibular and sublingual gland, there can be recurrent swelling of these glands that make our saliva. So patient can have dryness of the mouth or recurrent dental caries. If not controlled, then patient can have, there can be manifestation of dry cough and shortness of breath. Initially, patient might complain of chest pain, pleuritis or ILD, interstitial lung disease. It can affect the heart also, like in the form of pericarditis. There can be, patient might complain of chest pain, more on breathing. Or there can be MI, a myocardial infarction. There can be heart problems in form of accelerated atherosclerosis. It can affect long-standing, can affect our bone marrow. So there can be anemia of chronic disease, or there is a thing called Felty syndrome. Patient have anemia, neutropenia. If not controlled, it can affect our bones also, can lead to osteoporosis, in which the patients will have high chances of getting fracture. Bone fragility is there. So as a whole, rheumatoid arthritis, if not controlled, can affect any organ of the body. And later on, if it can lead to skin problems also, as lumps on the skin, that is called rheumatoid nodule, or there can be petechiae or purpura in the skin as a vasculitic manifestation of rheumatoid arthritis. It can affect the nervous system also, nervous system in the form of as a vasculitic neuropathy. Patient mononeuritis multiplex, patient might come with a wrist drop or a foot drop, or there may be tingling and numbness in the hands on the foot as a carpal tunnel syndrome.
Can rheumatoid arthritis symptoms come and go?
Rheumatoid arthritis, it has a relapsing and remitting course. In every person, there is a variable disease progression. In some, it starts as a sudden onset pain and swelling in the small joints. In some, there is gradual progressive increase in the pain and swelling of the small joints. In some, we start the treatment and immediately they get relief with the pain and swelling. In some, it takes a chronic course and it takes more time to have an improvement in their joints. So it has a relapsing and remitting course, but our target is to have a low disease and a remission.
Could you explain, is rheumatoid arthritis curable or only manageable?
Rheumatoid arthritis is per se is not curable, but is actually treatable. If right diagnosis is done at right time and early treatment is started, then the disease progression can be halted at a particular disease course, and the patient can live a normal healthy life with multidisciplinary approach.
So doctor, how important is physical therapy in rheumatoid arthritis?
Physical therapy is very important in rheumatoid arthritis. It helps in preserving the bone strength, muscle strength, in preserving the range of motion of the joint, in preserving the function of the joint, and having a better mobility of the joint. So physical exercise in form of normal walking for 20 to 30 minutes with proper joint specific range of motion exercise, passive and active depending on the stage of the disease. So all these together can help in preserving the joint function.
Is rheumatoid arthritis caused by wear and tear of the joints?
Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease. It is an immune-mediated destruction of the synovial lining. It has nothing to do with the wear and tear. Wear and tear of the cartilage is seen in osteoarthritis. That is a degenerative disease that is seen in 60 to 70 years of age group.
Dr. Shweta, can rheumatoid arthritis cause permanent joint deformities?
In present era, with so much advancement in the treatment, it is if the patient is taking drug therapy continuously under a supervision, then very unlikely that patient will develop joint deformity. But if not treated, then can lead to joint deformity, like there can be ulnar deviation, there can be piano key styloid, or there can be swan neck deformity, or there can be bottomere deformity of the hands, and can lead to fixation of the cervical joint, or there can be atlantoaxial displacement that can lead to quadriparesis also if not treated.
Does rheumatoid arthritis leads to osteoporosis or fragile bones?
Rheumatoid arthritis, if the inflammation of the bone is not controlled, then can lead to osteoporosis in around 30 to 40% of the patient, and specific therapy, if taken glucocorticoid for long duration without any supervision, can lead to osteoporosis. Osteoporosis means weak, fragile bones, means you are having high likelihood of getting a fracture after a fall. So that can happen in a rheumatoid arthritis patient, in 30 to 40% patient who are having long duration active bone inflammation, or who are taking glucocorticoid for a longer duration without any supervision.
So doctor, does rheumatoid arthritis affect fertility?
Active disease means if the rheumatoid arthritis is not controlled, then it can impair fertility, and there are some DMARDs, specifically methotrexate and leflunomide, that we specifically don't give in pregnancy. That's why before starting the treatment in any patient, we ask if they are planning for conception later on. So there are other therapies that can be given with active joint, and we ask the patient to have a disease remission or controlled disease for at least 4 to 6 months before thinking of conceiving.
Dr. Shweta, can rheumatoid arthritis get worse during or after pregnancy?
In majority of the cases, rheumatoid arthritis improves during pregnancy if the disease was controlled or was in remission prior to conception. And in most of the cases, if we see the flare of the disease, it is seen in the postpartum period.
Can lifestyle changes reduce rheumatoid arthritis complications?
As a part of treatment per se, we advise patients to have some lifestyle modification. As I told, there are many risk factors of rheumatoid arthritis. One of the risk factor, most importantly, is smoking. So smoking cessation and alcohol cessation to be done. Second, if the patient is obese, then weight reduction to be done. To have a healthy, balanced diet with more of antioxidants, rich diet, green leafy vegetables, and high protein diet. Then specifically, there should be you should include exercise in your daily routine with daily walk and joint specific exercise. Yes, lifestyle modification plays a major role in improving your rheumatoid arthritis disease progression.
So doctor, can rheumatoid arthritis be prevented before it starts?
As such, rheumatoid arthritis cannot be prevented, but yes, you can alter the disease course by having some lifestyle modification, by reducing your weight, by smoking cessation. So as such, there is nothing that can cause prevention of the disease.
So, doctor, one final question. What steps should be taken at early rheumatoid arthritis symptoms to protect joints?
If you have early signs of rheumatoid arthritis like small joint pain and swelling with early morning stiffness, then first is to consult a rheumatologist, and with early diagnosis and treatment, you can modify the disease course, you can prevent the joint damage.
Thank you, Dr. Shweta Bharadwaj, for sharing crucial information regarding rheumatoid arthritis. We hope this episode has provided valuable insights for our listeners. Rheumatoid arthritis may begin with subtle symptoms, but understanding it early can make a tremendous difference in long term joint health and overall quality of life. If you experience persistent joint pain, morning stiffness, swelling, or fatigue, don't hesitate to consult a rheumatologist. Getting evaluated early, even when symptoms seem mild, can help slow disease progression and improve outcomes significantly. Thank you for tuning into Pace Hospital's podcast. We'll be back soon with another informative episode to help you stay proactive and empowered in your health journey. Until then, stay active, listen to your body, and prioritize your joint health. Thank you for listening.